What is going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Toys, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Scareglow, the evil ghost of Skeletor, which offers glow-in-the-dark and modern posing retro play. And this was put out by Mattel. And the funny thing is, the original release came out in 2021, I think, and it was part of Wave 2. And I'd never seen this out in the wild at all. The only time or place that you could probably get it was Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. Now, some people did find this out in the wild. I never did. About as close as I saw, it was from Wave 2 at one Walmart, and it had like Orko and whoever else that was offered in Wave 2, but never a Scareglow. So that's about as close as I got. So, lo and behold, back in 2022, during the Thanksgiving weekend, I went to Target to make a Target run, and they did have a display that had nothing but Wave 2. So, I'm thinking it's probably a reissue or re-release of that wave, because nobody could find it out in the wild. Very, very few people did. I wasn't one of them. So when I saw this, I just had to grab it because I do want to have a Scareglow in my collection, whether it be the vintage or the Origins version. So I had to settle for this one because the vintage one is very expensive. Loose, incomplete can be up to about $300 to $500, give or take, depending on the condition of it. So it's up there. But nonetheless, I'm very happy to have this in the collection. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So we go up here, and it says it has the 40th anniversary logo on it, and the card is unpunched, but I do want to open this, so I'm not worried about this being mint on card. It says Masters of the Universe, ages 6 and up. That's me. And it says Scareglow, evil ghost of Skeletor. Also glows in the dark, modern posing retro play. And it does have a comic book behind it, and Mattel logo right there. And then on the back of it, it has the cross-sell art right there, so that's very cool. I also do want to get a Clamp Champ if I can, whether it's vintage or the Origins version. So if you want to pause and read that, you may. And then down here, we got the Heroic Warriors and the Evil Warriors, the offerings from this line. So I remember when He-Man and Skeletor came out from the Origins line, they just pegged the shelves forever, you know. And then this is part of Wave 2 with Man-Faces, Orko, Trapjaw, and Scareglow. So then it tells you what to do about the glowing feature. And down here, this is what's interesting. It does say it came out in 2022. So this is a reissue of this particular wave. So very happy to have this in the collection. So let's go ahead and open it up and check it out. Alright, so now it's free from its plastic prison, so let's take a closer look at it. I must say, I really do love this figure. This figure is amazing, you know, and I just love the fact that, you know, it's just pretty much a carbon copy of the original. But, you know, it has some differences. It's not as vintagey as the original one, but it'll do. So it does come with two things. So it comes with its accessory right here, and it comes with a comic book. And it says Masters of the Universe in Double Trouble. So I love the fact that they take the concept art from the original comic books and they incorporate, you know, and make it in the cover and stuff. Now, I don't remember all of the vintage comics that came with the original ones, but I do like the fact that they try to kind of mimic it a little bit, you know, when it comes to the artwork on the cover. Excuse me. So and all of them have this same comic book, so nothing's different than the other. So there's a little bit right there. So just kind of flip through it a little bit. So very cool. So yeah, this did came out. See, this is the cross sale right here, and it came to as far as came out in 2020. So these came out in 2020, and this is like the original initial release came out in 20. I think I mentioned earlier it was 2021, but I couldn't remember. So new for 2020. So this is an actual re-release because on the back of the card back it said 2022. So that lets me to believe that it is a reissue, a wave 2. So which is good, which is cool. So hopefully everybody was able to find them at their Walmarts and stuff. So, and that was the only time I saw it when I picked mine up. I never saw the display again. So, but this is his accessory that comes with it. So very cool. And so let's put that aside and look at the figure itself. So the figure itself, it's made of this plastic that has the ability to glow in the dark. And we'll try to check it out and see what it looks like when it glows in the dark. And yeah, I really love the detail. Now, a lot of these figures that have the there's like skeleton figures that are 5 POA, 5.5 inch figures with the He-Man style body or Squatty style body, whether it's from Remco or Mattel or any of these companies that nowadays try to recreate these kind of figures. The ones with the skull heads and stuff are the ones that are always sold out or hard to find or very expensive. So it's what people like, So, but anyway, so I love the details. I don't have the vintage on me. I don't have one, so I can't really compare it to as far as what it looks like compared to the new one. But I can tell from what I remember, it looks pretty spot on for the most part, So this is the cape right here. So this is very cool. It's more of a tough or hard vinyl a little bit. So love the design. Love how it is created to have that look to it. So and so as far as articulation goes, this is, has a lot more than what the originals did. So you got a ball and hinge at the elbow. You got a single elbow here, or excuse me, ball and hinge at the shoulders. My bad. And then you got a single elbow right there. And then you got the ball and hinge at the wrist. You can rotate at the wrist, and you can forwards and backwards. Got the hinge at the wrist, and got the open hand right there, and then you got the closed hand right there, so it can hold its accessory. And then it's got the swivel at the waist, and then you got the ball here at the leg, where you can swap out parts. So these figures have the ability to interchange parts and stuff with other figures that are in the line. So you can tell it's got the ball right there, and then you got the single knee, and then as far as you get the rotation here at the ankle, or not at the ankle, but at the thigh right there. So ball hinge at the knee right there, and then as far as you get the single hinge at the ankle right there. So that's pretty good range of movement right there. So was trying earlier was trying to recreate that squatty pose, but didn't really take too well. So if it does, it looks a little awkward. No. Like I've mentioned before, I'm not a very good posability type guy when it comes to these articulated figures. So then we have his accessory. Goes in his hand like this. Let's try that again. Alright, there you go. Trying to get into the stand. Notice that mine is a little loose on the leg right here, so it doesn't really hold. So here is fine, but this is a little bit more looser than it should be. But aside from that, that's my only gripe is because of that. So let's go ahead and check this out and see if he glows in the dark. Alright. Alright, so he does glow in the dark. You just probably need to put him in the light a little bit more longer, so that way you can get that fully glow effect. So, but yeah, he does glow in the dark. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some size comparisons. Okay, so the first comparison we have him next to a vintage battle damaged Skeletor. As you can tell, it's kind of similar style and everything, but the vintage one has a little bit more of a squatty pose and everything. Next up, we have him next to a Funko Savage World DC Primal Age Scarecrow. As you can tell, as the Scarecrow, he has more of that squatty pose too, but he's a little bit more thicker too, as opposed to what the Origins or the vintage He-Man would be. A little bit more bigger, but it does have the similar style. It's 5.5 with the 5 POA and the squatty pose and everything. So very cool. And the last comparison is we have him next to the WWE Motu, the Undertaker, and supposed to represent the Scareglow, that version. So very cool. I think that's a good choice for the Undertaker to have that mixed match with Scareglow, as far as its ability to glow and everything, and the concept of the character and everything. So very cool. As you can tell, it still has the same weapon as well. So this one was purple and the other one is green. So very cool. Really like the fact that they go good together as far as their mixed match goes. So very cool. So overall, very good figure. I love this figure. I have very little complaints about it. The only issue that I have is with mine, I don't know about anybody else's, is the knees. The knees are a little bit loose, so they tend to kind of fall back a little bit. So I have to pose them to where he can actually get a good stance. But other than that, overall the figure is excellent. I love the figure. Love the fact that it's still got that glowing effect and everything. Once it powers up, I'm sure it looks phenomenal, in the dark. So, and I like the fact that it still comes with a comic book and everything. So, it's a A+ in my book. So, let me know in the comments below what you think of this figure. Did you like the glowing aspects? Do you think it reminisces of the old vintage style figure? Do you have this in your collection? Did you have the vintage one? Let me know. And don't forget, words of wisdom. Buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, you will always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.